All right, all you Hammy fans, I'm here at Big Texas Terror with the San Antonio Nerd Coalition, and I get the chance to sit here and talk with the one and only Craig Dowsett from Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. How you doing, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
I am good. Thanks for coming out here.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Hey everyone, it's Lachlan Monroe.
I'm Maddie Mason.
Kane Hodder here.
This is Leah Voicey, and you are listening to Hammy Talks Movies.
And you're watching Hammy Talks Movies.
You're listening to Hammy Talks Movies.
You've got to take a listen to the podcast, because if you don't, I'll probably do something like that to you.
So, I mean, we can go through and talk filmography and everything, but I mean, this is the reason that we're here. How does something like this come about? How do you audition? Did you already, because it was a small kind of production. This wasn't some Marvel movie.
No. Small productions. Fortunately for me, I worked with a director before on a previous film, on a sci-fi film called The Area 51 Incident. So he knew me from that and reached out and said, "Hey, we're doing this film." And immediately I thought, like, are they having a wind up? Is this some kind of joke?
Exactly. Exactly. We're sober here.
Yeah, we're sober here. Yeah. And he sent me the script through and said, "What do you think? Do you want to play the character of Winnie the Pooh?" And I was like, "Yeah, why not?
Of course." Yeah. You know. It's such an off the wall idea too.
Yeah, crazy, absolutely crazy.
It was like I spoke with Kane Hodder, Jason, and whenever they pitched Jason in space, Jason X, I asked him the same thing, like, what do you do when you get that script? And he was just like, well, I mean, the paycheck really helps, but he had more creative control. When you were working, was it very much kind of like, okay, this is what we want Winnie the Pooh to do, this is what we want you to do as Winnie the Pooh, or did you have some kind of freedom?
There was, a bit of both. I had some creative freedom of how I would move in the costume, kind of portray that foreboding character, which I took a lot of inspiration from Jason Voorhees, Michael Myers, those sort of characters, because he's going to be a silent killer. So it's like, how do you make, obviously, Winnie the Pooh scary in the first place?
Yeah.
It's kind of goofy, isn't he? It's just Winnie the Pooh. So yeah, I took inspiration from those characters, kind of like looked at their movement and just tried to be big, strong, scary killer type.
Yeah. I actually just spoke with brilliant actor. His name is Kyle. There's a Saw parody musical that's in town, and I got to speak with him. Yeah. And I was asking him, how do you kind of convey those emotions when you can't use facial expressions? Yeah, it's all in how you walk. And he said that he took inspiration from the Jason Voorhees, from the slashers.
Yeah.
And he was actually showing me, because he gives acting classes. It was really cool. And he's like, yeah, if you puff your chest out, bring this back. And I'm like, it's amazing how those little kind of things make a huge effect on camera.
It does, yeah, because like you said, you can't show your emotions in a mask.
Right.
So it's all got to be through your body language. So yeah, it's like a different way of acting, because, acting as a person, you've got your facial emotions, your eyes. In a costume, it's all about your movements.
Right.
To put across how you're...
I'd always said, if I was ever, acting is not my forte. I know where my skills are. It's just not my thing. But if I ever did, it would have to be a character like this, where I could cover my face and kind of just use my stature.
And just
swing something, hack people up. I'm perfect. I got to speak with Alan Danziger from the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh, yeah.
And he just did a parody on Tubi called The Weed Hacker Massacre. It's kind of a pot movie, and it's real funny. But I was talking with him, and he's like, maybe you could be in the sequel. You're a big guy and wear the mask. And I'm just like, I'll take my IMDb credits. What's coming up in the future? What do you have coming up?
So I have here, this is my directional debut.
Directing? Okay.
Yeah, so hold that up. This is Bigfoot Primal Fear. So yeah, I've kind of gone from acting in a mask to now directing my own independent movies.
Very nice.
So there, this is my directional debut. It's a Bigfoot horror film set in the UK. So it's the first one ever filmed in the UK.
Oh, nice.
For Bigfoot, because Bigfoot's more of a
exactly.
American
yeah, that Montana kind of.
Yeah.
That's because the UK. I mean, they've got their own kind of myths, but that'd be fun to bring that over.
Yeah. So we had the London red carpet premiere for that on Valentine's Day just gone.
Okay.
That should be out streaming platforms, Apple TV, Tubi, Amazon within 6 to 8 weeks.
Okay, so coming up.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's definitely something that I'll watch. Did you also have a hand in kind of writing it?
Yeah.
So you kind of wrote it.
Yeah,
I mean, I know it takes a village to make a movie. There's never one person back there with a pen and paper. But
yeah, no, I wrote it, produced it, directed it, and starred as Bigfoot in about a third of the film.
Oh, nice. Okay, so and that's one thing that I always try to kind of bring out to my viewers. You know, that the actors are fun and everything, but I'm really interested in how something goes from an idea in your head,
Yeah.
where you're going to bed at night, you're like,
Yeah.
what about this? To now it's about to be released in 6 to 8 weeks. And we could sit here and talk the process, but we, you know, the con's only 3 days long.
Yeah.
But could you kind of talk about that? Like you get the idea, then what comes next?
Yeah, yeah. So I had the idea, wrote the script, and then I sourced the actors and actresses, people that I worked with before that I knew, and they were like straight on board. Oh yeah, yeah, it's for you, you know, yeah, anything. So I had a great cast, great crew to help me put all this together, and we shot it last year, from January and we wrapped in August.
Okay.
Yeah, and then
That's a decent
yeah.
little shooting
yeah,
schedule.
yeah. I mean, it wasn't flat out from then. It was sporadic.
Yeah.
Days and weeks between January and August. But yeah, got it done, got it edited and posed, and yeah, had premiere, and it's been awesome so far.
That's
Can't wait
exciting.
for everyone to see it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I love those kind of mythicals. You know, there was a horror Loch Ness monster movie that came out.
Yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
was really good. So I'm really excited about this. I got to talk about the continuation of kind of the Blood and Honey franchise.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Poonaverse is what they're calling it.
Yeah, yeah.
And I got to see Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare, and that changed my life. That movie, there's not much that creeps me out, but yeah, that one, I had to go home and watch some Disney movies before I went to bed. And then we saw the Bambi one, and that kind of went back to the Blood and Honey. It was just more kind of, you know, thriller, kind of slasher as much as a deer can be.
Yeah.
Are you still, are you looking to kind of reprise that role in the collaboration?
Yeah, I'm always open to working with them again, to reprising the role or anything else that they think I'll fit. So yeah, I'm always happy to come back and do some stuff with them. But for now, I'm concentrating on my own films.
On your own, yeah.
I've got a few more plans. We're halfway through our action thriller film called Retribution,
Okay,
which is more of like a gangster John Wick style
nice.
movie.
So you've got more in the chamber that's coming.
yeah, yeah. And then in 2 weeks' time, we start filming our next horror film, which is Dracula versus Frankenstein's monster.
Yes, yes. Okay. All right. I could sit here and talk forever. I really could, but I know that you've got things to do. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'll put links to Bigfoot and your page on
Yeah.
our website.
Yeah, please follow my Instagram at Craig David Dowsett.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I will link that. I will definitely follow.
Thanks very much.
All righty. Well,
Appreciate
thank you,
that.
Hammy fans. We'll be back with more. And always find what you love and do it unapologetically.